In the stillness of a quiet morning, or the silence just before sleep, have you ever felt your mind racing, thoughts tangling into each other, like a ball of string unraveled in a storm? Mental clutter doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it seeps in gently, disguising itself as productivity, planning, or harmless daydreams, until you find yourself exhausted, restless, or deeply unfocused. Today, we'll explore how to recognize two subtle but powerful signs that your mind is no longer a calm lake, but a whirlpool of thoughts pulling your focus, energy, and inner peace away. Through mindful observation and deep awareness, you'll learn how to gently identify these signs and return to a state of clarity, simplicity, and balance, without judgment, without pressure, and without noise. In the quiet spaces of our daily lives, in between checking emails, juggling responsibilities, and scrolling through notifications, there exists a subtle, invisible weight that many of us carry. It's not physical. You can't touch it or see it, but it's there, and it builds silently. Mental clutter. Unlike the visible disarray of a messy room, mental clutter is more insidious. It clouds your thinking, fogs your focus, and pulls your attention in 1,000 directions without you even realizing it's happening. You may find yourself forgetting things, struggling to focus, or feeling emotionally drained, even after a full night's sleep. These aren't random symptoms. They are the quiet signals of a deeper issue, a mind overwhelmed by noise, distractions, and unprocessed thoughts. In this video, we will explore the two key signs that indicate you're being overwhelmed by mental clutter. Recognizing them is the first step. Releasing them is the journey. So let us take that journey together. Before diving into the signs, it's important to understand what mental clutter really is. Mental clutter refers to the overwhelming accumulation of thoughts, worries, to-dos, regrets, and plans that occupy our mental space. It's the background noise of an overloaded mind. Just like clutter in a room makes it harder to move freely, mental clutter restricts our ability to think clearly and be fully present. Mental clutter isn't always negative. Planning ahead or reflecting on the past are natural parts of human cognition. The problem arises when these thoughts become repetitive, unproductive, or intrusive. They steal your attention from the moment you're in and create mental fatigue. There are many sources of mental clutter: excessive screen time, multitasking, unresolved emotions, information overload, and constant exposure to social media. Our modern world is designed for speed, stimulation, and endless consumption of content. As a result, our minds rarely get a chance to rest, recharge, or reset. When your mental space becomes overwhelmed, your ability to make decisions, stay focused, and experience joy diminishes. This is why it's crucial to notice the signs early and take steps to declutter your inner world. The first major sign that you're being overwhelmed by mental clutter is an inability to focus. Focus is not just about staying on task. It's about being present, engaged, and mentally sharp. When your mind is cluttered, your thoughts become scattered. You find yourself starting one task, only to be distracted by another. Hours go by, and you feel like you've accomplished nothing meaningful. You might notice you're reading the same sentence over and over without absorbing the meaning. Or maybe you sit down to work and suddenly feel the urge to check your phone, your email, or a dozen other things. These are signs that your cognitive load is too high. Your mind is trying to juggle too many open loops at once. This kind of mental fragmentation leads to chronic stress. You feel like you're always behind, like there's never enough time. And yet, The real issue isn't time management, it's attention management. When your attention is divided across too many things, everything feels urgent, and nothing gets the focus it deserves. Meditation and mindfulness can help bring your focus back to center. But the first step is noticing when your focus is slipping, not with judgment, but with gentle curiosity. Ask yourself, what is my mind trying to hold on to right now? What thoughts are looping? The more awareness you bring to your focus, the more control you regain over your mental space. The second sign of mental clutter is a constant low-grade feeling of restlessness or anxiety. This isn't the kind of anxiety that comes from a specific situation, like a job interview or public speaking. It's the kind that lingers in the background, like a hum you can't turn off. You may feel the need to constantly do something, to check your phone, plan your day, fix things that aren't urgent. Even in moments of rest, you can't fully relax. Your body is still, but your mind is racing. This is a hallmark of mental overload. When your brain is constantly processing unfinished thoughts, it creates a false sense of urgency. This restlessness may also show up in your sleep patterns. You may find it hard to fall asleep, stay asleep, or wake up feeling tired despite sleeping enough hours. That's because your mind hasn't truly rested. It's been active all night, cycling through mental clutter. Mindfulness practices, such as breath work, journaling, and guided meditation, can help clear some of this internal noise. But awareness comes first. Recognize when you're feeling anxious or unsettled without needing to fix it right away. Notice it like a passing cloud rather than something that defines you. Mental clutter loses its grip when you stop identifying with every thought and start observing instead. Recognizing the signs is only the first step. The path to mental clarity involves intentional practices and a shift in lifestyle. Begin by carving out quiet moments in your day. Even 5 minutes of silence can act as a reset button. Instead of immediately reacting to every thought, create space between stimulus and response. Start each day with a clear intention. Ask yourself, what matters most today? What can wait? Prioritize with compassion, not perfectionism. Not everything needs to be done now. Mental clutter thrives on urgency, but peace grows in patience. Limit your exposure to information. This means setting boundaries with your devices, curating what you consume, and giving your brain time to digest what it takes in. Practice single tasking. Give one thing your full attention, even if just for a few minutes. You'll find that your sense of presence grows stronger over time. And most importantly, practice self-forgiveness. Your mind will wander. You'll get distracted. You'll forget your intentions. That's okay. Every moment is a chance to begin again. Mental clarity is not a destination. It's a daily practice of returning to yourself. Daily habits to support a decluttered mind. Morning Tiao, mindfulness. Begin your day with 5 to 10 minutes of quiet breathing or meditation. It sets the tone for mental spaciousness. Digital boundaries. Turn off non-essential notifications. Designate screen-free times during your day. Journaling. Write down your thoughts before bed or first thing in the morning to release mental buildup. Nature time. Spend at least 15 minutes outdoors daily. Nature grounds the mind and resets mental rhythms. Intentional pauses. Take short breaks throughout the day to stretch, breathe, and check in with yourself. Evening. Wind down. Create a calming evening routine. Avoid screens an hour before sleep. Gratitude practice. End your day by noting 3 things you're grateful for. It shifts mental energy away from worry. These habits aren't about perfection. They're about creating an environment that supports clarity, peace, and presence. Over time, these small practices compound, creating a mental space that is spacious rather than suffocating. Mental clutter is not a flaw or a failure. It is a natural response to a world that rarely gives us permission to pause. But within you is the power to change that. The signs are there, in your lack of focus, in your restless energy, in your overwhelmed mind. And with awareness comes choice. You can choose to slow down, to breathe, to come home to yourself. Decluttering the mind doesn't happen overnight. But every moment of mindfulness, every breath of awareness, and every act of intentional stillness is a step toward clarity. Let this journey be gentle. Let it be kind. And remember, the mind, like a room, becomes peaceful when we learn to put things down, one thought at a time. So take this moment. Close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale. You are here now. And that is enough. If this message resonates, subscribe for daily Zen reflections and guided wisdom to help you reconnect, reflect, and become fully yourself. Until then, remember, to understand everything is to forgive everything. Mental clutter can cloud understanding. Clarity brings compassion and release.